Hey girl, hey, it's Sequoia, CEO of the Boss Up Academy, teaching you to pray, slay, and boss up. In today's classroom session, I'm dropping some tea, spilling some knowledge on you ladies on how to make sure you are taking proper precautions, okay? Go ahead and get your pens and papers because class is now in session. Alright, now before we get good and into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that when I upload, you'll be notified. Follow me on Instagram at The Boss Up Academy. Alright, y'all know if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. You want to get your pens and papers because I'm about to drop some knowledge on y'all. Y'all know as women, we got to make sure we take care of ourselves and look out for one another. So, hey, when I get some information, I'm going to share it with y'all, period. Some of this stuff on the list, I do always. Some I gotta get a little better at. But here we go. Number one, always pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to who's around you, what's around you, landmarks, how many turns you had to take. Always pay attention to your surroundings. It's very important. Some stuff pop off and you in the middle of it. What you gonna say? Oh, I didn't even know nothing was going on. Pay attention to what's going on around you. I actually do this. I do this all the time, but especially when I'm driving, y'all. My friends will tell you. I got one friend. She is always laughing at me because if there's a car and it's behind me a little too long, I'm going to drive and make a turn. I'm going to do something different because, what you behind me for so long? You following me? Are you stalking me or something? Listen, y'all, I watch the ID. Do y'all watch the ID channel? I watch the ID channel all the time. And there was this one show where this lady got robbed. Ultimately, they ended up killing her. She was a manager of a store. And they came to her house and made her go to her house and go back to the store. But they knew where she lived because they had been following her home. And she was completely oblivious. And they had been following her for a month. I believe they said a month or over a month. They had been following her home every night. So they knew where she lived, when she got home, who was in the house with her. No, you're not going to catch me slipping like that because I'm going to notice you following me. Seriously, pay attention. And something else I do, I never, ever, now this might be a little extreme, but this is just me. I never go the same way twice back to back. So on Monday, if I go down the hill and around the corner to get home, on Tuesday, I'm going to go around the block to go home. I never go the same way twice because you don't never know who's following you, who's looking, who's paying attention. My grandmother, y'all, we would be on the way home and I'm like, Grandma, why are you going this way? And my grandma would tell me, I'm a single woman and I live by myself. I don't know who's watching me. I don't know who could be following me. You don't ever. That's something I never. I'm not telling y'all got to do that because that might be a little extreme. But I never go the same way home twice. I'm always paying attention to my surroundings, who's around me, especially when I'm driving. Okay, 2. Keep an emergency kit in your car. You can keep a small emergency kit in your car. It needs to include some extra water, batteries, blankets, flashlights, non-perishable snacks, and jumper cables. You don't ever know what can happen. That's a whole separate video about my emergency kit because I have an emergency kit prepared. Because baby, when the apocalypse come, I'm gonna be ready. But seriously, yeah, I was stuck in a snowstorm once and I had to wait until the tow truck came and the approximation was 2 hours and it was cold. But your girl was good because I had my blanket in the back car, my book, I had some snacks. I was good. You have to take proper precautions because you never know when you're going to need some help. Okay, 3. Now, this is one I got to do better on. But, I get off late, but I need to do better on this. Avoid going out at night alone. Avoid going out at night alone. Listen, the freaks come out at night. But seriously, if you don't have to go out at night by yourself, don't. Y'all, people are just crazy. And that's the bottom line. We're not living in times where we can just be all willy-nilly and do what we want to do. We have to take precautions. I got my hair done not too long ago. And I was on the opposite side of the shop. And it wasn't like a lot of traffic right there. And I was walking back to my car and it had got dark. And I low-key got a little nervous. Because I'm like, anybody could be in a breezeway. They can come be in a breezeway and snatch me up. They can come get me. Seriously though. And my cousin, she was like, "Oh, you good? Like it's right there." And typically that is the case, but don't ever take that for granted because in the blink of an eye, somebody can come out. Anything can happen. So just be careful with going out at night alone. Okay, this is another one. Number 4. Always let somebody know where you are. You are not too grown for somebody to be accountable for you. Now, what if something happened and the police asking your people, well, where was she last? And everybody like, I don't know. I ain't heard from her. And if you know me, you know I'm all for self-care and self-preservation. So I have my days where I like to be alone. I will literally go out alone. I go out to lunch, take a walk, everything. But every step I move, I'm texting somebody, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. I'm sharing my location because you don't ever know what could happen. I love to go on walks. I will go on walks. I will walk for hours and hours, but I'm texting somebody when I get to a new location, hey, I'm walking by such and such. Hey, I'm here now. Because you are not too grown to be held accountable. Like, you have to let somebody know where you are. Especially if you go on a date. And it's somebody you don't really know, it's a blind date, or you better text your girl your location and get his tags too. If you could do that and text your homegirl. Okay, now this is one. Number 5. Do not take drinks from anyone unless you see it being made. When you at the club and that fine man come up to you, hey baby, I got this drink. Baby, you gonna have to take me back to the bar so I can see it being made. Do not take drinks from anybody unless you see it being made. If you're out and about and you have a drink and you put it down and you walk away, do not come back to that drink and drink it. If you are on a date and you go to the restroom and the drinks are on the table, I'm sorry, waitress, come here, waitress, I need another drink. That may be extreme, but it is what it is because people are crazy. And I had to learn this. Thankfully, I did not learn it the hard way. But I learned by seeing it happen to somebody else that I am close with. People are crazy. They will put a Mickey in your drink. I don't know if they still call it that now, but they will put something in your drink. And you will be messed up. Okay. Now, this is one I have to work on. Number 6. I'm bad about this, but I'm getting better. Do not be out and about running errands here and there with a dead cell phone. Do not do that, especially if you have children. What you gonna do in an emergency situation and somebody calling you about your child and your phone dead? Or you need to call somebody because you need help with your child and your phone is dead. Or something's happening to you and your phone is dead. It's 2022. It's car chargers. You can stick your phone on something and it charges. It's just no excuse. Have a battery when you are out and about. Number 7. Always keep some kind of cash on hand. That's something else I learned from my grandma. Always keep some cash on hand. I try to keep about $50 in cash on me. If you can, stretch it to about $50 to $100. You never know when you're going to be in an emergency and you need cash. You never know when the machines are going to start working. If the pandemic didn't teach us nothing else, it should have taught us always be prepared for the unexpected, because you never know when something can shift and change. And there are still a lot of places that do not take cash out. I was just in Walmart. Tell y'all this. I was just in Walmart the other week and left my purse at home, and because it is the year 2022 of our Lord and Savior and Walmart still not with the times, they don't have Apple Pay. And so I would have been in the register looking stupid if I didn't have any cash on hand. So keep some form of cash on hand. You never know when it's an emergency. There's still places. I was just at the tire place and they did not accept cards. So there's still places, even in 2022, that do not take cards. Okay. Now, this is something that I got to get better with. I don't do too many shopping sprees, but when I shop, I like to shop. Do not carry too many packages and bags at once out in public or out to your car. Y'all, that is a recipe to get robbed and mugged. And if you do have a lot of packages, try to put them in your trunk, under your dashboard, under your seats, somewhere to where it's not that visible to the naked eye, because you setting yourself up to be robbed. Okay. Number 9, this is something else I gotta get better with. Stop announcing when you are alone. Y'all know I got a husband and kids. I love to be by myself, so when I'm by myself, I'm on Twitter like, hey, I got the house to myself, I'm alone. So somebody can come up here and bust up in here and get me. because they know I'm vulnerable and alone. Do not announce when you're alone. That, first of all, ain't even nobody's business. But that is a recipe for somebody to know, okay, I might can run up on her and see what she got, because she alone. And stop checking in these places and letting people know where you are. Because that's a quick way, too. Especially, don't have no beef with somebody and you talk about you at the nail salon on 5th Street and they run up in there like, oh, what's up? You hear what's up? Because you done told the world where you at. Don't do that. And usually when I do check in somewhere, I have checked in after I've already left. And last but not least, number 10. I know this might seem very simple and this might seem like common sense, but lock your doors. When you come home, lock your doors. Lock your doors. Somebody will walk up in your house. That's not happened to me. That's a story time. Tell y'all about that. Lock your doors. Do not come home and leave your doors unlocked. That is a recipe for disaster. All right, y'all. I hope that y'all have enjoyed these tips, and I will see y'all next time.